top because there's an extra guy up there that should be in the secondary. 7 and 8, we'll talk about it all day long.
Mohammed engaged both to the left side, quickly out to Muhsin Mohammed. Ken Lucas grabs the right leg and pulls him down at the 25-yard line. Muhsin Mohammed has now caught a ball in 46 consecutive games.
And the Bears right now, the first 2 plays of the game are passing the ball because of the respect they give the Carolina Panthers defense. When they have that many men up inside and in the box and how dominant they are, they have to find a way to loosen them up.
3 wide receivers for Chicago. Bobby Wade has come on. 5 defensive backs for the Panthers. And it's Thomas Jones' first carry, gets about 2, comes up short of the first down, and the Bears will be forced to punt. 3 and out. 3 wide receivers in. Ricky Prohl has come on. And it's Deshaun Foster carrying, and the Bears take him down. Tank Johnson, short of the line of scrimmage, a 1-yard loss.
And that is very, very, very uncommon for the Carolina Panthers. Very rarely do they have a running play that goes for negative yards. Here's Tank Johnson. He's going to be right on the inside. Now what he's going to do with the penetration, he's going to get on Jeff Mitchell's shoulder, then he's going to split it. The guard, Mike Wall, never got a piece of him.
Here's 3rd and 11 for Carolina. Big Tank celebrating the tackle. 3 wide receivers in. Ricky Prohl. Deshaun Foster in the backfield on 3rd and 11. Here they come. Delhomme in trouble. He gets rid of it. And it's intercepted by Nathan Vasher. Ran into his own man.
Flag down.
Picks up a blocker. Down the sideline. Vasher is shoved out of bounds at the 8-yard line by Deshaun Foster. Back at midfield, there is a flag.
And I believe what you're going to get is defensive holding against Vasher. There's a double move.
15th interception of the season for the
Vasher.
Chicago Bears.
He ended in great form last week, and he's picked it up right where he left off.
How about this return as well, Bill? He almost took it all away.
It was Ricky Prohl who they were looking for. The flag came out quick. You can see it there laying on the ground. But Vasher, it was a blitz on the play. Lance Briggs was in there. Turnovers.
Thomas Jones and Brian Johnson in the backfield. Jones cutting it back inside the 5 to the 3-yard line. Marlon McCree, the strong safety, made the stop.
You push the pocket and then hands up.
3 wide receivers on 3rd and goal. Orton stumbled a little, throws, complete, touchdown. Muhsin Mohammed, his 3rd touchdown catch of the season. And he does it against his former team, the Carolina Panthers. The Bears grab the lead.
Points off takeaways. Short field. That formula wins ball games. But it takes special defensive players to make it apply.
Is a touchdown this afternoon. Panthers start from the 26 with the tight end Seidman in motion. Quick out to Smith, cuts it inside. Charles Tillman takes him down after a pickup of about 6 on the play. Chris Harris in on the tackle with Tillman.
Well, that's just like a run. Now, the Carolina Panthers rank 32nd in average yards per run. But what you have here, when you throw a smoke pass, first of all, you have 8 men in the box. But this out here, this smoke pass out here, Steve Smith is not only a wide receiver, he's a punt returner. So he gets in open field. That's just like a running play.
Mike Green is in at cornerback, replacing Nathan Vasher. Stephen Davis carries straight ahead, gets up to the 34-yard line. It'll bring up a 3rd and 2. Mike Brown made the stop.
And we're talking about that 8-man, 7-man. Mike Brown is going to come up there. He's a guy that you've seen around the line of scrimmage. And you see the ability and the havoc he creates, the ability he has to create that havoc. But it's a gamble, and it's going to be a gamble to bring him up. And when you bring him up, you will also see Chris Harris alternating, coming up in there, so it doesn't tip off Carolina to who the 8th man is up in the box.
Deshaun Foster and Nick Goings in the backfield. 3 wide receivers for Carolina on 3rd and 2. Blitz coming. Goings carries.
Number 30, Mike Brown, Sam, the tick.
That is very close to the first down line. 2nd and 10, 2 tight ends in for the Bears. Short drop by Orton, and he fires, and it's complete to Justin Gage. He's got a first down. We've got our first update of the game. Bobby Wade in for Muhsin Muhammad on 2nd and 10. Desmond Clark, the tight end, motions. Jones bounced it outside. Marlon McCree got a piece, upended him at the 40-yard line. By the way, Chris Draft, the 7-year veteran out of Stanford, has replaced the injured Dan Morgan at linebacker, at middle linebacker. There's Chris Draft. He was starting for a while. Brandon Short took over as the starter on the outside. Draft comes in on the inside here. 3rd and 7. Dan Morgan being carted off, and that's a bad sign. Very important part of the Carolina defense. Morton with a deep drop. Gets time. Drops it off to Brian Johnson, the fullback. Draft is there, and he's got him just short of the 40-yard line.
NFL where he's seen blitzes and has to make protections for him. This guy, I really think, has done a heck of a job.
3 wide receivers, 2 backs. This is Deshaun Foster carrying. Gets about 7, maybe 8 on the play. Good run on first down by Deshaun Foster. By the way, that last special teams play for the Bears was made by Brandon Ayanbadejo, who is their leading tackler on special teams.
He got down there fast, too, man.
Very fast.
He was flying. You know, Steve Smith is a 4-2 guy, and then Ivan Dejo, and did he close that gap quick.
2nd and 2. Nick Goings, the running back, splits out. Empty backfield for Carolina. This is their 3rd possession. They've not had a first down yet in the game. Goings shifts back. And Delhomme throws incomplete. Underthrew Deshaun Foster. Urging on the Bears defense. Delhomme, a slow start thus far in the game.
Blitz.
Delhomme has time. He throws, intercepted by Vasher again. Vasher inside the 30, inside the 20. Nathan Vasher, 2nd of the game, 6th of the season. And the Bears are in scoring position again.
This Bears defense is playing with a ton of confidence, and a lot of it is coming just by their presence on the field. Here comes the blitz, and look at Delhomme. He's falling back again as he's throwing, and he's throwing sidearm. Before he's even gotten on the field, I think this Bears pressure, Bears blitzers, these Bears players are in his head. Because when he sees the blitz, his body is reacting to it, and he's not standing in the pocket.
1st and 15, Muhsin Muhammad in motion. And it's Thomas Jones, and he breaks it back. And a great run by Jones as he's inside the 15. Mike Minter and Chris Draft take him down. We've got another update for that. Let's go back to JB.
Hey, Sam, take a look at the Falcons deep in their own territory. Mike Vick stepped on by his guard. Goes to the sidelines, attend to the injury after being pounded by the Bucs defense. Matt Schaub comes in, ball stripped by Simeon Rice, recovered by Booger McFarland in the end zone. 10-0 Tampa Bay over Atlanta. Oh, Sam, it sure pays to have that cup of coffee and get it right. Back to Sam Rosen.
Wow. Thank you, JB. Orton throws to Muhammad. He dropped it. Oh, that one had touchdown written all over it. And the usually sure-handed Muhsin Muhammad had it go right through.
Question about it.
Panthers start from the 21. Delhomme is 1 for 5, 6 yards, and 2 interceptions. Off the play fake, Delhomme puts it up deep for Stephen Smith. He's out there. Then, let's see, did he hold on? Yes! What a catch! What a catch by Stephen Smith! Down to the 31-yard line.
I don't know
48-yard pass.
I don't know how Stephen Smith does it continually. You know that he's going to get behind you, and he does it. You know they're going to roll coverage to his side, which he does. The safety comes over the top. There's 2 defenders. And Stephen Smith, week in and week out, gets behind defenses. It's amazing to me.
He leads the NFL in reception yardage. Delhomme checking off at the line from the Bears 31. The draw play to Deshaun Foster, and the Bears are all over it. Maybe a yard pickup. Steve Smith is just having a superb year. They gave him a contract extension. He's the #1 man who's taken over for Muhsin Muhammad. Coming into today's game with 58 receptions, Look at the numbers, 6 100-yard games, 9 touchdown receptions, 937 receiving yards, leads the NFL. Yards after the catch at 499. They throw him the short pass and he'll turn it into a big gainer. Mike Green is in at cornerback.
Now with that deep pass, you're wondering now, will Chicago just stay a single safety?
On 2nd and 9, nothing there for Stephen Davis. The Bears are tough up front. Brian Urlacher leading the charge. The man who is over 100 tackles already this season. He and Davis exchanging pleasantries.
Yeah, and this is the Bears doing what they do. The Panthers are not getting much of a push up front. Now this is a group that really they want to try to be physical. And they talk about a running game, but I think they lack some physical play at a couple positions in that line.
3rd and 9, 3 wide receivers in, Goings and Foster in the backfield. Delhomme hit, stripped of the ball, he's got it, and turns it into a short gain. That's an alert play by Jake Delhomme. Alex Brown knocked it out of his hands. Delhomme picked it up and gained 3 yards.
And again, they're bringing it. Alex Brown, number 96. Watch him get the jump on Travell Wharton. See, now when you're up and you're even with the tackle on your 2nd or 3rd step, and he has to turn his shoulders towards the sideline, you have him beat. Whoa.
Well, the Bears are off to a great start playing the Panthers here. 2nd and 9, long count by Orton. Short drop, throws to Justin Gage. Chris Gamble wraps him up at the 42-yard line.
Now, Kyle Orton, he's playing like a veteran quarterback. He's throwing the ball, but here's a blitz. You're going to get a blitz right over here. Minter's going to come on the blitz. Look how fast he recognizes it, sees it, and hits the slant. A blitz comes to your side, the slant adjustment out of Gage and Orton. They were on the same page. This guy is standing up with a little bit more bravado. His shoulders are back a little bit further, and he's playing with some great confidence.
There's 3rd and 3, sends everybody out and throws, completes to Muhsin Muhammad for a first down. Picks up a lot more yardage down to the 40-yard line. Marlon McCree finally took him down, a 17-yard gain. Kyle Orton is 6 for 11 in the game.
Well, I wish I could change my fantasy pick. And I thought about Kyle Orton. But after last week and some of the things that I've seen earlier, this is a guy that we've been talking about for some time about getting this passing game going for the Chicago Bears. Is pass protecting Orton, and he has all the space and room he wants to sit there, just stand in the pocket strong.
3 wide receivers on 2nd and 10. Blitz coming. It's Jones, and he falls forward just across the 40-yard line. Here in Chicago, Panthers from their 20. Their 5th possession, they have only 1 first down in the game. Stephen Davis gets a hard earned 3 yards. Time for another update for that. Standing by is JB.
Sam, Patriots scored on their first 2 possessions. This one first quarter, play action. Brady hooking up with Deion Branch, 7-0. Then in the 2nd quarter, play action again. This one to Mike Vrabel. New England looking for their first back-to-back victories this season on top. 14-0. Sam Rosen, Bill Moss.
Thank you, JB. Boy, what a tough year it's been for the New Orleans Saints. 2 tight ends in for Carolina on 2nd and 8. Mike Green is in at cornerback for the Bears. Delhomme off the play fake, wide open Stephen Smith. He slipped, goes down at the 29. He's about a yard short of the first down.
They're talking with Muhsin Muhammad about playing his old team, and we start talking about Stephen Smith. And I asked him about Steve and how he is able to continually get behind defenses. He said a lot of it has to do with a couple things. One, his competitiveness. 2, his speed. And you play Stephen Smith differently. If you give him too much cushion, he'll burn you underneath with that smoke pass we've seen, the quick pass to him. Then he becomes a punt returner. If you play him too tight, that's when he gets over top.
3rd and 1, Stephen Davis falls forward for just enough.
Is it?
It looks like it's just enough.
Yeah.
Where will they spot the ball?
I don't know where they're going to spot it. Yeah, there we go.
Looks like a good spot.
Yeah.
And that'll be a first down, yes. Just made it, got a yard. Panthers have not put up big numbers in their run game. It's a couple of yards here, 3 yards there. Davis has had 12 rushing touchdowns, but 9 of them have been 1-yard runs. Alfonso Boone in at defensive tackle for the Bears. Wally Ogunleye is out. Brad Hoover motions for Carolina. Delhomme rushed, and Boone's got him. There's the sack. Alfonso Boone came loose. They forgot about him.
It shouldn't happen. It just should not happen. When you come out and you have a 2 tight end set, this is 2. Look, you got all these bodies in here. No wide receivers. See this? None. And then that should be protection. There's the fake handoff, and Boone just ran right around Stephen Smith. Stephen Smith, when you have a fake handoff, I'm sorry, Davis, when you have a fake handoff, you've got to continue and make your blocks. He was relying on the fact that with all those offensive linemen up there, someone else would pick him up. He tried to cut block him, Boone ran over him.
Tank Johnson replaces Alfonso Boone. Setting up the screen, Urlacher coming late, blocked it.
That was a screen. You're exactly right, Sam. They were setting it up. And when the back doesn't blitz, when the back doesn't get into protection or into a pass route, watch. When the back doesn't come out and get into a pass route and he just kind of runs over like this, that's when Urlacher comes on the blitz. See, it's like a green dog. And that's why Urlacher has 6 sacks this year. When the back doesn't come out, Urlacher goes.
3rd and 16 for Carolina. The Bears defense is dominant. 3 wide receivers for Carolina. Ricky Prohl in motion. And the handoff inside to Sean Foster. Gets up to the 32, but way short of the first down.
You're going to come back and play like this? Heck, let them all fight.
2nd and 11. Jones again trying to get back. He's tripped up as he gets across the 40 to the 43. Nice run by Thomas Jones, Marlon McCree, and Brandon Short.
They're pass blocking, they're run blocking. This is the zone stretch. Now, what they're going to do, they're going to start the play off this way, then they're going to cut it back off of Kreutz. Here's 57 Kreutz. Now watch it, right off of Kreutz's butt there. So if Kreutz is playing like that, and Miller's out there after losing 10 or 12 pounds from a broken jaw and not being able to eat, and blocking.
So now they pick up the flag. The clock was malfunctioning. So it's 1st and 10 for the Bears, their own 47. Orton fires to Muhammad. Good catch, good grab, 1st down Bears at the 41-yard line. 4th catch of the game for Muhsin Muhammad, who's had 3 drops in the game as well.
Well, you know, nobody's playing better to me on this entire football field, including Nathan Vasher, than this guy right here. Kyle Orton. Just take a look at him. Here, the pressure's going to come. Here comes the pressure. He's standing in the pocket with presence. He doesn't look like a rookie quarterback.
He's come a long way in just 10 games. Jones following Brian Johnson, turns it into a big gainer. Jones to the sideline and out of bounds at the 21-yard line. Beautiful run of 20 yards by Thomas Jones.
And some great patience by Thomas Jones as well. Again, an outstanding job up front by the offensive line, running over to Freddie Miller's side. He gets outside. You get the lead block up in there by Brian Johnson. And once that thing opened up, Thomas Jones hits another gear.
10 carries, 46 yards for Thomas Jones. Kendall Moorhead in for Jordan Carstens on the defensive line.
Watch Thomas Jones' speed to the line, and then once he gets into the line, how it changes. Watch.
There he goes. Dude. Try to cut it back, but the Panthers right there, no gain on the play.
He's very patient to let his guys do their work. He gets the ball in his hand, and he'll go and let them do their work. And then when he gets to that level at about the line to the linebacker, then he just takes off. Right? That's what I'm talking about. Patience right there. And he was looking for his place to explode. Now Chicago's winning that war. It was Carolina that came into the game at 45%.
Quick outside to Stephen Smith. Nate Vasher knocked the ball out of his hands. It is ruled a catch. And it is complete up to the 27-yard line. Maybe a pickup of a yard on the play.
That's a run. You know, anytime they throw those little smoke passes, and that's how I was telling you how Stephen Smith gets behind teams, because they'll throw that little smoke pass out there to him and let him just become a punt returner, what he is, and he'll pick up a few yards. But you have to play him a little tight to take that away from him.
Rod Gardner in at wide receiver. Gains the tight end in motion. Off the play fake, Malone throwing outside high for Stephen Smith, broken up by Charles Tillman, who knocked Smith down on the sideline, hit him hard as they went up for the ball. 3rd and 9 for Carolina. Foster and Hoover in the backfield. Malone to put it up with time. Throws short to Foster, looking for some room. Gets up to the 35, but he's about a yard short of the first down. Good afternoon for football. Bears from the 17. Thomas Jones gets up to the 20-yard line. Short pickup. Chris Gamble came up from his cornerback position to make the tackle. Thomas Jones has to carry the load now. Cedric Benson is out probably about a month with the injury, the knee injury sustained last week. They do have Adrian Peterson, but he hasn't played thus far in the game.
You know, but he's getting more touches on the ball than he ever has at any time in his career.
On 2nd down, it's Jones behind Brian Johnson, and Big Brenson Buckner shuts it down at about the 22-yard line.
And I think the most touches he's ever had in his career were just at about 200, Jim. A little, maybe 206, something of that nature. Okay, as you take a look at the yards per rush right now, Carolina not even keeping form with their normal 3.0. But Thomas Jones has been, I think he's at about 150 right now for touches, being catch and run. And you just kind of wonder at this stage of the juncture how durable he's going to be. He's been nicked a few times this season already.
Orton gets time, throws, completes to Justin Gates, but a big tackle. Big hit by Chris Gamble of the yards for Jake Malone with 2 interceptions. On 2nd down, the draw play. Deshaun Foster gets about 3 on the play.
And the draw play is a way to soften up the pass rush. And that's what Carolina needs to get done. They need to find a way to either, 1, pass protect and not let them in, or 2, soften up the pass rush. Give them something else to think about so they're not just honing in on rushing Jake Delhomme. Jake Delhomme, I don't believe has had any one of his passes he has thrown today had time around him. I think everything has been harried and he's been falling backwards or to the side.
Carolina just 1 for 7 on 3rd down conversions in the game. Delhomme steps into that one and completes it for a first down to Stephen Smith up at the 45-yard line. That was a good throw. 5th catch of the game for Stephen Smith. With Foster in motion on 2nd and 10. Blitz coming. The quick toss to Smith. And it looks like he's got enough for the first down. Chris Harris wrestled him down at the Bears' 44-yard line. Bears territory with a long pass to Smith earlier. Foster in motion.
No back.
Delhomme gets rid of it to Smith. Tries to slip a tackle. He does. Then Basher brings him down at the 41. Lance Briggs got the first piece of him. And everybody split out. 3 wide receivers, a back and a tight end. 3rd and 13 for the Panthers. Delhomme under pressure. They've got him. It was just the front 4. Pressure from the defensive line by the Bears, led by Wale Ogunleye. 2nd sack of the game.
There's Wale Ogunleye. Look at that. He comes inside and up underneath on Gross. Now, for a tackle, it's hard because you don't have eyes in the back of your head. You don't know where your quarterback is going to be. You'd see a weekly highlight film each and every Sunday of Julius Peppers until he got hurt.
Jones squeezing through the hole and getting up to the 27-yard line. Very close to the first down line. He's across. Let's see where the spot is. Good run by Thomas Jones.
Remember the speed thing I told you about Thomas Jones? Watch Thomas Jones. Watch his speed. Here he goes. Do. He sees it, and bang, there it goes. The speed and the patience which he has to let his guys do their job and then take off.
Right now their offense has to get going as they start from the 20, the 33. Mike Seidman, the tight end, in motion. Quick out to Smith, and he's pulled down after a 2-yard gain by Charles Tillman. 8th catch of the game for Steve Smith.
And the quick adjustments, the quick passes, because they've got to make things happen now. Because the pass rush for the Bears, you've seen it, how it's really disrupted everything Jake Delhomme does. The timing hasn't been there. He's throwing off his back. He's throwing the ball. It's been inaccurate. And, of course, the 2 picks to Nathan Vasher were a product of the people in his face.
2 tight ends, Mike Seidman and Michael Gaines are in. Hoover in motion. Fake draw play. Pressure on Delhomme. Out to Michael Gaines. Gaines, the tight end, barrels forward close to the first down. Looks like he's got enough for the first down. Urlacher and Briggs brought him down, but that's good strength by Michael Gaines. Chris Mangum is out. Second game that he has missed. Take a look at the numbers in the first half. Not much running for Carolina. Bears with Thomas Jones did a decent job. Good balance, running and passing.
Turnovers and the points off turnovers, that's been the big thing. And that's it. Because the Bears aren't lighting anybody up either. Not by running the football or by passing it. We expected a defensive day, but it's been the pressure from Chicago's pass rush. And their front 4
Foster,
like that.
Deshaun Foster on first down.
Tommy Harris.
No gain on the play. Tommy Harris leading the defensive charge.
He's going to be a special player in the league, and he's well on his way. Here's number 91, Tommy Harris. Now, the push he gets, watch, underneath the shoulder and flatten down the line of scrimmage. When you get that, it's called a scoop block. That's where the guard and tackle, or tackle and guard, or whomever the 2 offensive linemen may be, try to both cross your face. What you do is exactly what Tommy did. Get your shoulder up into theirs and then flatten down the line.
On second down, Delhomme being rushed, gets rid of it, and it's too high. Big pressure from Hunter Hillenmeyer from the outside.
You cannot, they can't afford to do that.
Delhomme, pressure from Alex Brown, throwing and completing to Steve Smith. Big hit by Chris Harris. Smith holds on, his 9th catch of the game.
And you're going to get roughing the passer as well.
Holding. They're bringing it back. That play is negated on a holding penalty.
Travell Wharton is going to be on number 70. But I thought he maintained his hands in a good enough position on the outside with Alex Brown, because Jake stepped up into the pocket. Here's Wharton, and here's Alex Brown. Now watch. See his hands? They're outside. They're outside, and they're on his helmet. That's a great call by the officials. I thought he got him back inside, but Travell Wharton, who the Panthers believe is as good a left tackle as there is in the league, is having a very tough day today with Alex Brown.
3rd and 21. They have to get to the Bears 46. They go inside with Deshaun Foster. He bounced off 1 tackler and then is brought down.
Goodness.
Chris Harris with a hit, and then Tommy Harris chased him down at the 45-yard line. And once again, the Panthers are forced to punt.
How about that collision? How about the collision on that?
Tommy Harris, or rather, Chris Harris is a big hitter. So is Tommy Harris, but Chris Harris with that last hit. 62 yards. Thomas Jones in the backfield. Quick outside, Muhsin Muhammad, 5th catch of the game. Gets up to the 14-yard line. Mike Minter on the tackle. Muhsin Muhammad and Mike Minter are business partners, friends from their days in Carolina, but also business partners. So they do a lot of talking.
You know, Mike Minter may have lost some of his coverage skills, but he makes up for it by understanding the game. And one of the things that Marlon McCree was talking to us about when he's talking to Mike Minter is how he keeps him true on everything.
Here's Jones across the 15 up to the 17-yard line.
For instance, you know, Marlon McCree was like, this guy, he says, he will tell me things each and every week. If you see the tight end and he's in this kind of position, I can guarantee you they will run this every play. Or if you see the wide receiver and he's split out right inside the numbers and his left foot is back, and his right foot is up. He's going to run this kind of route. And McCree says it holds true to everything he tells me. He said the guy gives me stuff every week that clues me on and helps me have a better game.
Here's on third down, 3 wide receivers in for the Bears. Wharton being pressured. Throws head, completes to Justin Gage. Gage across the 30 up to the 34-yard line. A first down. The Bears are playing a virtually mistake-free game. And Kyle Orton is leading the way with some outstanding passing.
Well, it all goes back to protection. He had a day and a half there to complete that pass as well. But, a lot of Bears fans have been talking about, well, we need our speed downfield. We lost Mark Bradley, and Bernard Berrien's been injured, and we need, can Justin Gage be that guy? I think the further we get into November and December and the cold weather changes, I think both Moosen and Gage will be fine for this offense.
Off the play fake, Orton steps up and throws and completes it to Justin Gage. His 5th catch of the game. It's a first down up at the 47-yard line. Chris Campbell covering on the play. First completion to Gage was 17 yards. This one was 13.
And as long as you have time to pass, this is why I think these guys will be fine. Gage is much like Musa Muhammad. He uses his body. See, he takes it to Gamble, and then see him wall Gamble off with that big body. This guy's over 6'4". He and Muhammad are physical players in stature alone. So they can get into smaller guys and then wall them off. And I think that's the kind of receiver you need when the weather gets foul.
First down, it's Orton handing to Thomas Jones. Cut it back in the hole. Gets across midfield. He picked up 5 on the play. Thomas Jones, 16 carries, 66 yards.
It's serious. It's as if the entire Panthers team drank NyQuil.
In, Ricky Prohl is the third. Delhomme gets time, completes to Ricky Prohl, who played 1 year with the Chicago Bears in 1997, had an outstanding season. Jerry Azuma with the tackle. Around the NFL today, Aaron Brooks and the New Orleans Saints in New England. They're trailing 14-7 are the Saints. Tom Brady with 2 touchdown passes. Kurt Warner with a 1 touchdown pass in St. Louis against his former team. And Arizona's leading in St. Louis over Mark Fulcher and the Rams. On second down, Delhomme has it stripped by Alex Brown, and he dives on top. Second time Brown has stripped the ball out of the hands of Jake Delhomme.
Travell Wharton is having the worst day of his NFL career. The worst day. Watch Travell Wharton. He's going to be right here. And Alex Brown gets the jump. Now right there, he's beat. Right there, he's beat. When an offensive tackle's shoulder pads are parallel with the sidelines on pass protection, he is beat. And take his time.
3rd and 22. They have to get to the 30 for a first down. Everybody out. Delhomme with time. Short to Sean Foster. And he's brought down at the 19-yard line. Penalties hurt Carolina on this series.
Hold them down all day.
Bears start from the 16. Orton checks off. Gage and Muhammad, the wide receivers. Orton throws for Justin Gage. He's trying to make his adjustment. Pass interference on Chris Gamble.
No question about it. Man-to-man downfield. And your quarterback with time.
20-yard penalty. 2 tight ends in for the Bears. Thomas Jones carries, got it back inside. Good run up to the 45-yard line. Picked up 9. JB standing by with an update around the league. Go ahead, JB.
Hey, Sam, 17 unanswered by the Falcons, including this Michael Victor Algie Crumpler pass, 10 plays, 73 yards, 17-13 Atlanta. Take a look, Mike McMahon hooking up with Reggie Brown, 22-yard strike. It is now a 3-point game at the Meadowlands, 10-7, Giants on top of the Eagles. Back to Sam Rosen and Bill Moss.
Thanks, JB. Eagles playing without Donovan McNabb. Mike McMahon getting the start. Here's Adrian Peterson with his first run of the game. He's got a first down as he picks up 5. And the Bears' running game is getting rolling.
Long until they just can't take it anymore.
Doesn't he have big fingers, though?
Evidently,
not big enough. First and 15. Adrian Peterson, nice cutback. turns it into another big gainer. Peterson down to the Carolina 36. He ran for 120 yards last week to lead the Bears. He picks up 19 on that carry.
And this is taking the wind out of Carolina. Look no further than their bench. Look at them. The Carolina Panthers' entire team is on the bench. There's nobody standing up along the sidelines. No one. The entire Carolina team is on the bench. That's amazing to me. This is Chicago has imposed their will on Carolina, and Carolina's sitting down.
There's Peterson. Gets inside the 35 down to the 32. Picked up 4 on the play. And a nice change of pace. Thomas Jones had been running well. Gets a little rest. In comes Adrian Peterson and doing a nice job. Good blocking on the right side. Fred Miller and Terrence Metcalf, the tackle and guards, doing an outstanding job in the run blocking.
You know, but they're the same running back. They really are. Thomas Jones, Peterson, and Cedric Benson, they're all the same kind of guy, actually.
Quick outside to Muhsin Muhammad. Tries to get a block. And gets inside the 30 down to the 28-yard line. 7th catch of the game for Muhsin Muhammad.
I tell you, Ron Turner, the offensive coordinator for Chicago, who, you know, he not really been under heat or fire. He's new in town. He loses his starting quarterback early in camp, and you have to start a rookie, and no one really knew what to expect, except the guys on the team.
3rd and about 1.5 yards. That was Muhsin Muhammad's 6th catch of the game. And Orton wants to put it up. And Muhammad had to go out of his hands, intercepted by Ricky Manning. And the first turnover of the game for the Bears, thrown a little behind Muhsin Muhammad.
Absolutely. The wrong person.
There's Thomas Jones. Nice run again. Jones coming back from the injury, looking good, and gets up to the 37-yard line. Time for another update.
You have to have the couch clock. How fast you get from the dinner table to the couch.
The toss to Deshaun Foster. Turns it upfield, shoved out of bounds at the 25-yard line. Let's find out what the Lions are doing in Dallas. JB, what's happening?
Hey, Sam, you heard Jimmy Johnson talk about the effectiveness of Marion Barber. He does it again there, capping that Dallas drive with the score, 20-7 Dallas over Detroit. Back to Sam Rosen. Bill Moss.
Cowboys playing well. Lions in danger of going to 4-6. Last 6 possessions for Carolina in this game have ended with punts. That's how good the Bears defense has been. Deshaun Foster again gets knocked down as he crosses the 25-yard line. It'll bring up a 3rd and 2. Alfonso Boone and Hunter Hillenmeyer in on the stop.
You know, I've watched this Bears defense play, and I have yet to see them play as physical as they are playing today. Now, they've made great plays, and they've done some good things, but I have yet to see them play at the level with which they're playing at today. I think it's outstanding.
3rd and 1. Malone to put it up. Throws short, completes for a first down to Steve Smith. And he's gone over 100 yards in the game, and there's a late hit on the Bears.
Great penetration in the pass rush.
2nd and 20. Stephen Davis motions, empty backfield. Here come the Bears with pressure. Delhomme throws, and it's complete. Just across midfield to Ricky Prohl at the 49-yard line of the Bears. They get 12 yards back. They'll bring up a 3rd and 8.
You know, I think that the one area that Carolina, John Fox, fell a little short in their preparation this week was they felt that they could throw the ball on the Bears defense downfield with their corners. But one thing they didn't factor in is you can't do anything throwing the ball if your quarterback is getting hit all the time.
Jeff Mitchell back in its center as Delhomme drops back. Under pressure, he throws and completes it to Rod Gardner. His first catch of the game down to the 37-yard line. A first down for the Panthers, a big one, as they picked up 12 on the play.
Yeah, watch Jake Delhomme. Now this time here, the pressure comes. You're going to see some pressure. You're going to see some line stunts. See the little move and twist here? Like one comes up and underneath. Somebody's in his face, and he has to wing that ball sidearm. Did you see that ball come out sidearm? He was able to step up a little bit, but couldn't follow through, so he had to throw that thing sidearm.
3 wide receivers. Ricky Prohl is in, Gardner in motion, quick outside to Smith, thrown high, gets by Tillman. Look at the speed of Stephen Smith, and gets down to the 18-yard line. What a move by Steve Smith, one of the reasons that he's the leader in the NFL in receiving yardage.
And that's the predicament you get yourself in with Stephen Smith. If you play off the ball and they throw it to him quick, he'll beat you just like a punt returner. If you play him tight to take that away, he gets over top of you with his speed.
Carolina in the red zone. This season, they've scored 28 times out of 30 possessions in the red zone. 22 touchdowns, the best in the NFL, and 6 field goals. Delhomme, pressured, Brown's got him. Alex Brown, he beat Travell Wharton again.
What's that, this third? He's got a hat trick. You know, if you're in Detroit, you throw octopus out there on the ice right now. It's a hat trick, period.
4 sacks for the Bears, 2 credited to Alex Brown. And he's knocked the ball out of his hands a couple of times.
Right, Sam? Am I right? A hat trick? A hat trick, if you're in Detroit,
yeah,
octopi come out, right?
That's right.
On the ice, right?
Yeah.
Well, that was Alex Brown's hat trick.
-9, loss of 9 on the play, back to the 27.
It's a special day when you get 3 sacks in a game or more.
They have to get down to the 8-yard line. Delhomme being rushed from the outside, got it to Michael Gaines, the tight end, and Gaines gets down to the 21-yard line.
I think today Carolina Panthers have had more negative plays than any game they've played this year. I'm talking tackles for a loss, on all the penalties that have backed them up, the sacks, all the things combined. I think they've had more negative plays today than any game they've played this year, because that's the basis of what they do so well. They don't have negative plays. They don't give up sacks. They came into this game only 5th in the league in giving up sacks. They only have given up 12 sacks. They're great in penalties. They don't have many penalties on offense. Today, all that went out the window.
They have to get to the 8-yard line for a first down. 3rd and 13. Here comes the blitz and pressure. Delhomme throws for the end zone. Batted away. Chris Harris dove in front of Ricky Prohl and knocked it away. Outstanding play by the rookie Chris Harris.
That was as good as a play as you'll see in coverage by a safety, Chris Harris, number 46. Jake Delhomme steps up the pocket, throws a heck of a ball, and it's a touchdown until Harris's hand intervenes.
Prohl was open. Harris got over. Now, field goal try of 38. That's a team, Carolina, that hasn't scored fewer than 20 points in the game this season. And now they put their first 3 on the board. Orton to Justin Gage. That's been a good combination in the game. It's just a little short of the first down. Gage's 6th catch of the game.
Orton has played so well today. And Ron Turner has given him the tools in which to be good. And a lot of that's been when they think they're going to run, Carolina thinks they're going to run, Chicago has passed. From the first play of the game, when they think they're going to pass, they've run. And they've mixed it up, and they've bought time for Orton. Great day today for Orton and Ron Turner.
Sorry, Bill. Career high 6 receptions for Justin Gage today. Thomas Jones across the 40. First down for the Bears. We've got another update coming your way. Drop by Orton. He lofts it for Gage. He goes up and caught it, but it's ruled a catch. It's ruled a catch by the official that he was pushed out of bounds and would have come down inbounds. It's a first down at the 32-yard line.
I disagree with that, but it is what it is. Now, this is the body that Justin Gage uses. Right here, see, he's got 1 foot there, and I don't believe there's any way.
Oh, he got the second foot down. What a play by Gage.
So it wasn't pushed out. He got it in.
18-yard pickup. He got that second foot down.
That's unbelievable body control. Sick body control. Well, he played basketball as well as football down there.
Bears within range of their field goal kicker. Here's Brian Johnson out of the backfield, and he's ridden out of bounds by Marlon McCree, the safety, at the 27-yard line. Pickup of about 5 on first down.
You're talking about that day Gage has had today. And you know, he got into the lineup because Mark Bradley's out. But he's done everything asked of him and more when he's in there. And when he can go up for the ball just like Musa and Muhammad can. He can go up. To him, that's just like a rebound. And you can see the body control he has. So he knows and he can feel the defender around him, and obviously has a great feel for the sidelines.
On 2nd and 5, it's Thomas Jones. Takes it outside, try to fight off Chris Gamble, and a flag on the play as Gamble spun him out of bounds. Carolina needs 2 scores. They are down by 10 with 3:38 to go, and they have 2 timeouts remaining. Delhomme under pressure, short to Deshaun Foster, right there. Little gain on the play. Lance Briggs with a good stop. Bears defense, even when Carolina's made a play, the defense is closed quickly.
And they have not missed many tackles. I mean, when they're there, they stop them underneath.
Pressure on Delhomme, and one-handed sack. Oh, did he get him by the face mask? Gunlia with a good pressure, but it's going to be a face mask penalty.
They respect everything this defense has done for them as a team. 5
defensive backs in for the Bears on the play fake. Delhomme steps up, looking, and runs, and gets up to the 39-yard line. But the clock keeps running. The Panthers need a score in a hurry. Chicago Bears have held teams under 10 points 5 times this season, trying to make it 6. Delhomme outside, Steve Smith gets up to the 49-yard line. It's a first down for Carolina. Delhomme is 19 for 33, 188 yards, but 2 interceptions in the first half. Delhomme, pressure. They got him. Michael Haynes. The rotation of the Bears defensive line has been outstanding.
No, it's been the rotation of the revolving door at left tackle in Travell Wharton.